Books aren't interested in who is reading them. A book will welcome any reader, any age, any background, any point of view. Books don't care if you can understand every word of them, or if you want to skip bits or reread bits. Books welcome everyone who wants to explore them. Hi, my name is Julie, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I help parents and teachers find the next right book for their 8 to 12-year-old reader. If videos like this one are helpful, you can click right down at the bottom on the red subscribe button to make sure you don't miss future videos. And if you particularly like the books that I share today, hit the thumbs up button. That way I know to find more books like this to share with you guys. And now on to today's book. So today's book isn't just one book suggestion or two book suggestions, it's actually three. It's a whole trilogy, and this is the Pages and Company series by Anna James, which I'm super excited to share with you guys. First of all, can we just talk about how gorgeous these colors are all together and would look on a bookshelf? So that's first of all, I just love how they look. The covers are beautiful, they're enticing, they make you want to flip open and start reading. In these books, 11-year-old Tilly lives above her grandparents' bookshop in London, which is where she's lived ever since her mother has disappeared. And as she's reading books, all of a sudden, like book characters start coming out of the book into the bookshop with her. And this absolutely fascinates her. She gets to meet Anne from Anne of Green Gables, and she meets Alice in Alice in Wonderland. And these characters come out and hang out with her in the bookshop. And then she discovers that she can book wander into books. So she can be reading a story and go into the story and exist there, which is just amazing. And it got me thinking, where would you want to book wander if you could travel inside a book? You have to think about the setting. Where would you want to spend time? Also, the characters in the book. Who would you want to spend time with? But there are some really great possibilities of books to wander in, which is amazing. So if you're wondering, well, who should read these books? Let me give you a few different readers that I think are going to fall in love with these stories. The first person that should read these books are kids who love fairy tales. In one of the books, it has this amazing quote, and it says, "Fairy tales and folk tales are born around campfires and kitchen hearths. They're whispered under blankets and stars. Where they originally came from, who had the idea first, which version is the original, it's almost impossible to trace, as we only have what has been written down, which is rarely where they started." I personally love doing fairy tales with my students, and if you have students that are fans of fairy tales, this is a great series for them. The next type of reader who I think will love this series is kids who love books. And to be quite honest, also adults who love books, not just for kids. This quote is probably one of the favorite quotes I've read in a book in the last year, and it speaks to the magic of books. So, books aren't interested in who is reading them. A book will welcome any reader, any age, any background, any point of view. Books don't care if you can understand every word of them, or if you want to skip bits or reread bits. Books welcome everyone who wants to explore them. And I just think that speaks to the magic of books and reading. So, kids who love reading, this is a great series for them. Another suggestion is kids who love travel. In the first book, you're spending a lot of time in London. In the second book, you get to travel to Paris. In the third book, you get to travel to Washington, D.C. This book is also the perfect bedtime read aloud. There's actually a quote in the book that says, "No one is too old for a story before bed." And that is so true. Even as an adult, I love reading and listening to stories before bed. And this is the perfect bedtime read aloud. These books are also a great springboard for choosing other books. Because Tilly gets to book wander throughout these different books, kids are introduced to so many different story titles within these pages. So if kids are looking for more books, you can ask them, well, which characters were you interested in as you read? And then you can suggest those books for reading. So I would highly recommend picking up the Pages and Company trilogy, and happy reading.